Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now today we're talking about how to progress faster than you ever thought, how to progress faster than everyone around you. Now the reason why we're addressing this issue is that someone asked me a question. A guy called Wally, he asked me a question. He says, how can I progress? Everything I seem to do seems to fall through. It goes south. I never am able to do, I'm reading his question, I'm able to do anything successfully. And so he asked me, how can he succeed? How can he progress? Now, I know people are going to be expecting me to be saying things like, okay, well, to progress, you got to get involved in investment, you got to get involved in stocks, you got to get involved in cryptocurrency, you got to get involved in these. And I've taught a lot about a lot of these things, and that's what my channel does. I am basically an expert in these areas. But honestly, that is not how you're going to succeed. That's not the key to success. That's not the key to geometric progression. That's not the key to accelerated success. You see, the key to success in life is simply this. It's very, very easy. Exodus 20:12. Exodus 20:12. Honor your father and your mother. Now, if you obey that fifth commandment, I'm telling you, your life is going to go north. You see, one of the things you have to understand, if you read it in the Psalms, Psalm 75, it says that promotion does not come from the east or the west or the south, but God is the judge. He put it down one and he raises up another. And how does he do it? You got to understand that psalm tells you how God does it. God does it when you honor your parents. Exodus 20:12. So especially in Africa, because I've traveled all around Africa, and a lot of the elite in Africa, like a lot of them, their parents, are not very classy people, so maybe their parents are, people that are not up to their spec. And so a lot of times they abandon their parents, and then after some time, stuff starts happening to them, things start to go south. Listen, even if your parents are local, be vocal about their care. Even if your parents are local, treat them like they are royal. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Look, these things, they work. Don't think that they don't work. If you honor your parents with your money, God is going to honor you with glory. He's going to honor you with glory. It's so important. I stress this to people, and you don't just want to do that, you don't just want to do that. Some people say, oh, like my parents, they are local, they are, like their hands are not clean, their hands are dirty. You got to understand, it is their dirty hands and their dirty money that made you the clean success that you are today. So, and if you're not able to honor them, you're setting up yourself for a fall. And I'm also going to tell you this, listen, when you care for your parents in the presence of your children, what you're doing is you're training your own children to care for you in your old age. Now, when you abandon and ignore your parents in the presence of your children, you're training your own children to abandon and to ignore you in your own old age. It's very important because a lot of, particularly in Africa, Black Africa, also in Asia, I saw this in Asia, I was surprised. A lot of people have this mentality that marriage brings blessings, children bring blessings. I've read scripture cover to cover in multiple languages, in the original languages. I've read the oldest scripture in the world. I went to the John Rylands library in Manchester. There is nothing like that in scripture. Marriage is itself a blessing. Children are themselves a blessing. They don't necessarily bring blessings. That's not, scripture doesn't promise that. What scripture promises that brings blessings is honoring your father and your mother, that umbilical cord relationship. And you see, a lot of people say, okay, well, my parents were not honorable, my parents were not good to me. Now, that's not what scripture says. God does not say you should honor only honorable parents, or that you should honor your parents because they are honorable. So even if your mother abandoned you in a pit latrine, and you're able to identify her later, still honor her. Not because she's honorable, but because God told you that and you honor God. I cannot overemphasize that. It's so important. And I'll say this, if you read Psalm 1, that psalm, it's a psalm that I learned as a child. Psalm 1, a lot of people read Psalm 1 and they just think that it applies to everybody. No, I'm going to quote that psalm now. It says that, blessed is the man that walks not according to the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of mockers. But the law of the Lord is his guide, and on it he meditates day and night. He shall be like the tree planted by the rivers of water, whose leaf withers not, and who bears fruit in due season, and everything he puts his hand to do shall prosper. That's what that scripture says. But it doesn't apply to everybody. It applies to those who honor their parents. Why? You see that there. It says, but the law of the Lord is his guide. If you're not honoring your parents, you're having the law of the Lord as your guide. And so that would not it's not going to apply to you. And so if you're having difficulty, like progressing, or maybe you progress and then you're suddenly coming down, you need to take these words of mine into account. Now, my name is Ronald Mokri. If you watch this and you have questions arising from this, put them in the comment section. My staff are very good at curating comments. They're going to bring them to me. I thank you for watching, and I say God bless